Hello, my loves. Today, I want to talk to you about how to manifest your dream life. So, how do we manifest our dream life? How do we get to that vibration that we're putting out to where good things come back to us, right? It's extremely important to be self-aware of your own vibration at all times. Dedicate time to checking in with yourself and asking yourself, how do I feel? Notice if there are body parts that are especially tense and holding on to a lot of pent-up emotion. This will frequently be in your hips, hamstrings, shoulders, forehead, and jaw muscles. Emotions are our guide to where we stand in life. Don't ignore them, but rather learn what it is they're trying to tell you. Since we're all connected by an all-inclusive overarching attractor field, which is consciousness itself, good feeling emotions are telling you that you're on the right path. Whenever you experience a low vibrational emotion, like fear or anger or jealousy, that's an indicator that you're not aligned with the higher consciousness on whatever subject you're thinking about at that time. For example, when you tell yourself you're not good enough, you're ugly, you're useless, whatever it is, these lies that we tell ourselves, we all do it, right? How does that feel? It feels lousy though, right? It feels bad. That's because the higher consciousness does not align or agree with a statement in your head. So it feels lousy because it's not true. The higher consciousness does not agree with a statement in your head. So you feel low energy vibrations. So try it again this way. Say to yourself, I've always done my very best and people love and appreciate me. Now, how does that statement feel? It feels good because it's the inherent truth known by all of consciousness. So that brings me to step number 5, which is releasing limiting beliefs or releasing resistance. The easiest thing to do when you're thinking about something that doesn't feel good is to simply think about something else. Again, where focus goes, energy flows. When you adjust your focus onto the things that make you feel good, loving, high vibes, then you realign with who you really are. And resistance and limitations are released then. What if you're stuck in a low vibrational feeling or a thought? Well, yoga and meditation definitely help. You have to release the negativity, and yoga and meditation are great outlets to assist you in doing so. Another tactic that I like when I get stuck is from the book, The Astonishing Power of Emotions by Abraham Hicks. The tactic can be done in various ways, depending on what works best for you. You can do a focus wheel, a focus list of statements, or if your feeling is about a person or a situation, a list of positive aspects. The general idea is that you start where you are, like, where are you, where's your vibration, what are you thinking, what's your current thought? Start there and keep reaching for the better feeling thought. That better feeling thought then gains momentum and more better feeling thoughts will come to join. And then before you know it, your vibration rises. When you understand that the most important thing is how you feel, you'll be able to quickly change directions when you're faced with low vibrational thoughts, people, and situations. It really is a choice, and nothing and no one is worth sacrificing your peace. I have a friend that always says that to me. She says, it's not worth my peace. I just fucking love that about her. Like, nothing is worth your peace. But isn't it selfish not to focus on people when they're stuck in a low vibrational state and they need my help? Yes. It's selfish. Selfishness 101. That's what we're teaching here. The truth is, just as you can't pour from an empty cup, you can't get sick enough to help the sick. You can't get poor enough to help the poor. You can't get angry enough to help the angry. The only way that you can help others into higher vibrational states is to keep yourself aligned with yourself. We change the world not by what we say or but by what we do, but as a consequence of what we have become. Allowing someone who is belligerently angry to pull you away from your own alignment is just pulling you into lower states of vibration. Then y'all just two belligerently angry individuals with no solution at hand. And is that really a better place to be? This thing that's happening on Earth right now with the Great Awakening and the ascension of consciousness and the vibration of the planet speeding up. As we ascend, it's kind of like a ripple. It has a emotional force. It has a consciousness force that ripples out, and it changes the vibration of everything else that's connected to us, which is everything, everyone, the planet, the plants, the trees, the animals, the people, the earth, the soil, everything is connected to us. So as we raise our vibration, then it sends out that ripple, and it sort of forces everything else to be raised. If you're like the dumbest person in a room and everyone else is like a sheer complete genius, you, by being in the presence of those people, just by being in their presence and being exposed to the same things that they're exposed to and being around the same conversations and everything else that, you know, you're going to witness by being in vicinity of them and being and experiencing the same things that they're experiencing, your IQ is still going to raise, right? So it's kind of like that. We're actually doing more service to others by raising our own consciousness and focusing more on love than on fear. So someone might have a very bad problem, yes, but they can bring you down, or you can bring them up. If your consciousness is raising and other people are talking to you, it's going to raise their consciousness. So you do not really want to bring yourself down to feel those lower vibrational states with that person, no matter how much better it might make them feel to like have, you know, misery enjoys company. But the best service that you can do for that person at that time is to be a rock, is to be, you know, in higher vibrational states, because whether they realize it or not, it really is going to raise their vibration. You know what the biggest limiting obstacle is for most people? It's resentment. Until you can forgive yourself and people who have hurt you in the past, I'm sorry to say that you will forever have resistance in your path. You have to forgive. It all comes down to forgiveness. You have to let go of resentment in order to create space for creation. Be kind and forgiving to everything and everyone, including yourself at all times, with no exception. Step number 6, tune your tuner. When you ask for something, source energy or God answers. If you're not seeing physical evidence of its manifestation, you're not a direct vibrational match to the thing that you're asking for. So in other words, you're not on the same wavelength as the answer, so you can't hear it. You have to be a vibrational match to the thing that you're asking for. So think of it like a radio dial. If source energy or God, you know, whatever you think is like giving you these manifestations, is broadcasting at 94.5, but your tuner set to 101.5, you can't hear what's being broadcast on 94.5. So you have to tune your tuner to the appropriate station. So how do you do this? Simply by being in the receptive mode. There are several ways to get into the receptive mode, but I find the easiest and most effective method is meditation. Meditation is disconnecting your, quote, self with your thoughts and being willing to receive messages from your higher self, inner being, God, the universe, however you relate to spirit guidance. Some individuals report signs, such as angel numbers, repeating numbers. Have you downloaded? You should download the angel number chart. If you put that intention out into the universe, that these are my angel numbers. When I see this, it means this. When I see this, it means that. Your spirit guides will then start communicating that way because they recognize that you recognize that that's what that means. I actually like sometimes communicate with my spirit guides through they communicate with me through numbers, and I had to figure out what it meant. I found out that, you know, what the angel numbers meant. And then I got into like numerology, and that's actually pretty interesting too, because you have different numbers can mean, like, if I see a life path number, I'm like, oh, okay, this relates to life path. If I see a soul urge number, I'm like, oh, okay, that relates to my soul urge. But then, you know, typically it'll be like 3 numbers and then a number after it. 4 is my life path number. So 4443 would mean life path 3 means safe. So life path, you are safe. I don't know, like some people might think that's a stretch, but it is a way to communicate. So once you get into this receptive mode, this meditative state, you start seeing messages such as repeating numbers or phrases that mean something specific to you. Once you clear your mind of all the clutter, the chatter, the resistance, and tune into answers from source energy, you will receive a thought or an inclination. You'll know the difference in your own thought and the one that's being received by source because of the way it feels. It's undeniable. It's like something that you cannot ignore. Sometimes it's something insignificant. It seems insignificant, like walking somewhere instead of driving. But you just know that like that's what you want to do. This action leads you to a series of different paths, which, if uninterrupted, will lead you to the answer that you're asking for. For now, you should understand simply that in order to be on the same frequency as the things that you desire, you must think and feel as if they are already a part of your reality. You must feel like you already have it. Once your thoughts and feelings are on the same frequency and vibration as the thing you want to manifest, you give the universe a clear picture of what you desire, which leads me to the last step. Step 7 is visualize and be specific. Since we now know science has proven, right, time is not linear. We know time is not linear. All time exists at the same time. There is no past, there is no future. It's all now. So we think of time as point 1, point 2, straight line, right? It's not like that. So this is something that I was just reading about actually last night in The Convoluted Universe by Dolores Cannon. You can't visualize it as a straight line. You can't visualize it as point A, straight line, point B. Even if you were to visualize it as a circle, you would still be able to have multiple points. You would still be able to have parallel universes, but you still would not be able to go back and forth. So it's more like a spiral. From what I was reading last night, it's more like a spiral. So it's like you could have a point, like I should have drawn a diagram, but like if it's a spiral, you have like a point here and then like a point here, and you have all these different like paths to get. That's what quantum time is, or quantum parallel universes. As they were talking about parallel universes in quantum time and nonlinear time. If you like, look, I mean, it's fascinating to me, but this stuff, like Dolores Cannon, Convoluted Universe, Raw, Law of One, Abraham Hicks, all of this stuff, I'm like fascinated. I feel like we can learn a lot from channeled material. Either it could be a dream, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just a dream. But I don't know. I don't think people are that profound when they're just like dreaming. This stuff is very just look into it. That's all I'm saying. Just look into it. Okay? All right. You actually can connect right now to the future you who already has manifested your dreams. Think about that. Parallel universes. Imagine your future self living with the dream that you've created. It's already done. I mean, it really does exist, because as soon as you think it, it manifests. You just have to align with it. It really does. Like if you think a thought, it manifests in a parallel universe. That's how it works. So imagine your future self living with the dream that you've created. It is done. Connect to how it feels to have your dream come true. Connect to the essence. It helps to put together a vision board and post it wherever you'll be forced to look at it every day. I actually have a vision board and I use it as the background of my phone. It's not enough to just look at a photo. Visualization means that you have to allow what it feels like to be a part of it. So in the same manner, it's a good idea to surround yourself with photos. If you watch TV shows, artwork, music that creates the same feelings as the one you're trying to create. This is the most intense game of fake it till you make it that you'll ever play. But be careful not to hold the limiting belief of faking it, because that implies you don't actually have it, and you do. Remember, thoughts eventually turn into matter. But it isn't just the thought, it's the vibration your body sends out into the universe. The energy attached to the feeling of the thought is what really does the manifesting. So let's just say that you're writing down your goals and you're writing, I want. The word want in and of itself says lack. Want equals lack. So if you are thinking want. I want this. You're thinking, I don't have this. So the universe says, okay, you don't have this. Here's more of not having that. The problem is we want the situation to change before we feel the feeling. We want the lover to manifest before we feel the love. We want the money to manifest before we feel rich. But if you could feel rich, the money would manifest. If you could feel love, the lover would manifest. You have to feel the feeling before it can be manifested. It's backwards, right? If you do write your goals, don't write I want, don't write have. Just write beautiful love life with the lover of my dreams, or whatever it is you want, and then feel the feeling of having it. Once you create the feeling, the physical cannot help but catch up with that, because our feelings and our thoughts have vibration. Vibration is matter. Vibration creates matter. These are the steps to manifesting your dreams based on science, not witchcraft. Kind of sounds like witchcraft, but it's not. Science. So if you like this post, hit the like button, subscribe to have access to more information. Feel free to drop me a comment and let me know if there's anything you have questions about or would like me to do a video on. Also, check out the links below. Peace and love. Namaste.